Hello everyone, my name is Rawad. Welcome to the third video in this app making series. In the last one, we added a button to change this hello world text to how are you world in a bunch of lines in Java. Today we're going to be looking at how to create another activity and then switch from the first activity to the second one. So we all know about this app. This is the Hello World application, and if I hit change, How Are You World will show up. By the way, this is the Android emulator, the Android virtual device, which I have explained in the previous video. Today we're going to be adding another button here that says next, and it'll switch to another activity or another screen that'll say this is the second activity. So first of all, head over to the project screen, right click on the main activity, hit new, hit activity, and then choose empty activity. Let's call it next activity. The next activity.java will be created. We don't need to do anything in here. What we need to do is go to res layout activity_next.xml. So this is what the users will see in the second activity. What we need to add here is a text view that says this is the second activity. So drag and drop text view from up above, give it all 4 constraints so that it's in the center. Let's make it say this is the second activity, and let's make the text size a bit bigger. That's too big. This is good. So now what we need to do is transition from the first activity to the second one. In order to do that, click and drag the button. Let's position this properly. We really don't need a button ID for this, but let's say it's the next ID. Then let's make it say next. And for now, that's pretty much it. We'll add an onClick method that's going to be called when the button gets clicked. So in the main activity, which we had the change text method, let's add a next activity method. So public void next activity, and then add the usual view v. So in here, what we need to do is transition from our activity to the next one. And to do that, we're going to create an intent so that Android knows what this activity intends to do. So intent I equal new intent. And by the way, if you get a red line in intent, just hit Alt Enter Enter to import the correct library. So the intent takes 2 parameters, a context, and in this case, it's this context, and the second activity that we need to transition to. So here you'll choose the Java part of the activity and not the activity_next. So next activity dot class. Now that we've created an intent to start another activity, what we need to do is to apply it. So start activity and then the intent, so I. So calling this method will transition us to the next activity. So now let's link this method to the next button. Go to activity main, make sure next is selected, and then choose in the onClick option next activity. So let's test that. So when I hit play, I get this activity. Change will make it say how are you world. Next will transition to the next activity, which will say this is the second activity. You might have noticed that I had a log screen here. This is because this project is connected to GitHub so that I can monitor each change that I make, and so that if anyone wants to add a feature to my app, I can allow him to. If you want to know how to link this project or your project to GitHub, we'll go into this in the next video, and we'll also go into adding a picture inside this next activity. Thank you all for watching this video. I'm Rawad Zahiruddin. Subscribe to my channel to see me rage on OnePlus's new boot animation. And of course, subscribe to XDA TV for more app making tutorials. This was XDA TV, and I'll see you soon.